Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with the Cheerful Greetings, and today we're going to make some cards for writing in our junk journal. And these are made out of index cards, and they have little windows. This is one that I've made. And here's another one. Now, let me show you how I made them. The first thing, of course, that you're going to need is index cards. So I have a package here of index cards. Used to, when you get an index card, you get a nice sturdy piece of cardboard. But now things have changed, and what you get, flimsy one. And they're just flimsy. They don't have any body to them at all. So what I'm going to do is put two together, and I'm going to fix a window in them. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is think about the back. What am I going to put on the back? Well, if I'm going to put something like a book page, I will do it first. That needs to be the first thing done. And I'm going to probably put it on the plain side. I'm going to work with the red line at the top, but I'm going to use this on my index card. So I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to put it sideways because this paper does not have enough width, which is fine. It doesn't matter. You can do your writing sideways if you want. And I'm going to just put some glue on this. Make sure you have it at the edge. What I'm going to do is turn it over like this. And I can make sure it's straight by lining up my line with the lines of the book page. What I need to do is cut my book page. Okay. Now I have the back pretty much done. You can decorate it however you wish, but this is just going to be the background, the basic background. What I might do is put this sticker on it, but we'll do that in a minute. Next, these two cards will be put together like this, with the book page on the back and the lines on the front. So I want to make sure they're even. Then I'm going to take a circle punch. I'm going to come in. This time I'm going to punch it up here at the top. And I want to make sure I come in far enough that I have a complete circle. So I'm going to go in all the way and not too close to the top. Okay. So now we have our circle. The next thing is we need to put a piece of plastic or acetate over that. Now, there are two ways of doing it. You can use a box top that is a plastic. It has a plastic cover, like greeting cards. Box tops are clear, and you can see the greeting card inside. Well, that's what I'm talking about, the acrylic. And that's what I've used on this one. It's the hard acrylic, and I just cut a square out and put it in. The same method that I'm going to do now. What I'm going to use this time is a piece of thin, and this was taken off of some stamps that some stickers that I had here. I had the stickers here, and when I used the sticker, I just saved this piece of acetate. And so what I'm going to do is just cut it in half. Okay, I'm going to turn it to the inside, and I'm going to put my plastic or acetate on top of my circle. As I say, the hard plastic that comes on the tops of boxes works perfectly well. Okay, now I've got my plastic on that. I'm going to take a piece of tape on top of this plastic. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of taping down, just enough to hold it, because we're going to be gluing this together. After I do that, this is the pattern that I'm going to use first, my design that I'm going to use first. I cut 2 of them. So, since this is going to be at the top, I want my bird to face up this way. So let's see how he faces. Okay, I'm going to put him in just like this. Put it down. And I'll put another piece of tape on the other side. Okay, and that should hold it pretty well. You don't need a whole lot of tape, because it's not going to take a lot of wear. Okay, so this part is finished. We're going to take this one, and I'm going to put the plastic on top of it. And if you notice, my plastic is odd shape. It doesn't matter, as long as it doesn't stick over the edge of the index card. And if it does, the only thing you have to do is cut it off, trim it down. So now I have my little window here, and here's my bird again. I want to make sure he's in the right place, so we'll turn him around. And place him up here like I want him. And I'll put another piece to hold it. Now, when I cut my piece out, it was like, the images were like this. And these were so small, I just cut out a little bit, just to make it big enough to cover the window. Now, in this particular one, I wanted the bird like this, and I have a little piece left over. So the only thing I have to do is come back and trim it off. Now, we have our 2 windows. We're going to put them back to back. And you can use a glue stick if you want. A couple of those that I did, I used glue sticks. Now, I put my cards back to back, sliding them in place. And there we go. Now, as you can tell, this comes together fairly quickly. Okay, we'll reach over here and pull out some Gelatos. I just smear some on here. Take your finger and kind of blend it out. I'm just smearing some color on here randomly. Now, I have a little bit of gesso. And that'll help kind of blend it out. Well, that way it won't be quite as harsh looking. Since I'm making this mixed media, I'm going to put a little watercolor on it. Let's pick a color that will kind of contrast. Okay. While we let that dry, I'll look through here and see what I see that I might want to put on either the front or the back. Okay. I think I'm going to put this on the front. I'll put this on here. It says, take the risk. Okay, there we go. We're talking about the bird, the little baby bird trying to get out of the birdhouse. His mother wants him to leave the nest, and she says, take the risk. We've had a couple birds. We've got one bird. Two of the little baby birds have left, but the third one just doesn't want to take the risk. It's been 3 days. That bird's been trying to get out of that nest. Okay, this is off of a card, I believe. Or it was a set of stickers. I'm not sure which. Anyway, it has a 3D on it, which is fine. You can have something that's dimensional in your junk journal. I'm just going to put a little glue on it because I don't think there's any sticky left on the dimensionals. We'll just put this up here like this. There we go. And this side is pretty much finished. This side, I think I am going to put I have a stamp here. Have fun, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. I'm going to put that on this side. Okay. And we'll just put this up here in the corner. And I have another little tag here I think I'll put on, and it says, this too shall pass. I'll put that on there. The side that I had planned to write on is the other side. And I've got a lot of stuff on it, but you can still write up in here and writing down in here. And the little dots, the little watercolor has kind of dripped on it. And so you still have room to write on here, even though it's decorated. And then this is the back side. Okay, let's look at the others that I've made. As I say, they're not very hard to make. And these I use the plastic off of a sticker, the part that, or any of the bags that you get, you get stickers And they come in a little plastic case of some sort. Not the hard case, but the little plastic cellophane is the word I want to use. You can use that. Here's one that has plenty of writing space. And I took this line out of a book, and there's the front. Kind of hodgepodge, but it's 3D. It gives you a little bit of everything in there. And I've only got one thing I want to do left of the one we just made. And this one has the front with the morning glories on it and just a plain back. This one has a butterfly. And the part that I said is the back can also be the front. I mean, it doesn't matter. And this one has a little fox in the window. And here's this side with plenty of room to write. This one has a bird. Kind words cost nothing. And plenty of room to write. And then this one has a little bit of Alice in Wonderland down the side. And says, kindness will never be wasted, and plenty of room to write. Now, I have one thing I want to do to this one that I have not done. And give me a second, we'll get that finished off. And this, I want to kind of distress the edges, and I'm going to use some walnut stain here, and that'll just kind of make the card pop a little bit. And then I'm going to go back and do the same thing on the back side. Distress it a little bit. Okay. And now my cards are finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please come back and see me. And don't forget to subscribe, and have a great crafting day. Bye.